Hi everyone, so welcome to today's video. We are talking favorites today. It's been a while since I've done an actual favorites video that's just dedicated to the things in my collection that I have been reaching for and enjoying. So if you've been following along, you know that I moved into this new house a few months ago. We've been here since August, and I have a different setup for my makeup and filming, and I've been able to have my old Alex drawers that I got from IKEA almost 8 years ago. I have those again, and each of the drawers has specific categories: primers, concealers, foundations, eye products, mascara, brow. All that stuff has its own little spot, and I'm able to actually switch out my products every time I sit here to do my makeup, whether it's every single day or a few times a week. However often I'm wearing makeup, I'm able to see my products, switch it up, and not have it all just thrown into a makeup bag that I'm just kind of like sifting through and pulling the first thing that I see. And I have been able to find some really great favorites. I have been purchasing makeup like crazy lately because when I moved into this house, I got rid of old things that I haven't really used, things that really weren't impressing me anymore, things that have probably expired, collecting dust. I just got rid of it all, and I wanted to revamp my collection and just get things that I can see myself using over and over again, and not just a limited edition thing that is just for right now, but then discontinues or is no longer available and I can't use it in videos, or it just becomes something that it just doesn't interest me as much anymore. And I have just been really loving my new setup and the ability to try all of my things, and I have been able to find some really great products. Some I've had for some time, a few months, and some that I've recently been trying and I have been loving. So I wanted to share that with you, and I am going to go in really no particular order. I'm just going to kind of grab for the first few things that I see, like the larger things. This one catches my eye because of the color. This is the e.l.f. Jelly Pop Dew Primer, and I have been using this a lot lately. This is a primer that gives a little bit of a dewy finish, but it has that kind of sticky, tacky feel, so I feel like it helps your foundation really adhere to the primer and really stay on, and it locks it in place, and I don't have any issues with my foundation drifting, moving, separating, patchiness. I think it's a really great one. It's around $10, and it's I think a great option that's affordable for the Milk Hydro Grip Primer, which I've used that before. I had a sample size, like a little tube of it, and I think that used to break me out. I'm not quite sure, but it's a very sticky primer, and that's kind of like something that you're seeing now in the makeup industry, some like primers, like gripping primers, and I do think that they work, and I like this one from e.l.f. It smells like watermelon. It smells like summertime. It's like a watermelon Jolly Rancher, which sounds amazing right now, but I love it, and it's just really great. I honestly only need one pump, and it goes a very long way. So this is something that if you purchase it, it will last a while. It's not something you're just going to kind of go through it quickly. And even if it were like that for a $10 product, it's not as hard to replenish because it's not that expensive, and it comes with a pump. They have a whole collection of products with the Jelly Pop range, I suppose, that came out together. I haven't tried the other ones. The only one is this one that I really like and enjoy and recommend. Alright, so the next favorite of mine is the Milani Soft Focus Glow, and if you've been watching my tutorials recently, then you know that I was going to talk about this one. I absolutely love the way this looks on the skin. It gives a very soft, luminous glow without looking shimmery. It doesn't make you look like a disco ball. It's something that you can use underneath your foundation, which is how I like to use it, or you can actually use it over your skincare with nothing else over the product, and it actually makes your skin look healthy, almost like if you went and got a facial and you had that healthy glow. And I like the fact that there is no obvious shimmer to it, and I think this is a very good option if you're looking at the Becca primers, the Backlight Primer. It's very, very similar at a fraction of the cost, and it also has skincare benefits in it. There's hyaluronic acid, which helps attract moisture, and hyaluronic acid holds 1,000 times its weight in water, so it attracts moisture to the skin and makes your skin feel hydrated. So it's a great ingredient to have in your skincare, but if it's infused in your makeup, it's even better. And it also has brightening rose water and cucumber, so I like this product so much. It comes with a pump. You can use your fingers to apply it, or even a brush. a sponge, which is what I did today, and I like how I can still see that luminous glow through my foundation, but it's not shimmery. And I feel like those with oily skin probably will shy away from stuff like this because it can enhance the areas that look shiny, but this one doesn't. It just gives the most beautiful glow, and it's almost undetectable when you have it on. If you blend it in, the nude color I think is the only one that's on their website, and I think it's a great shade because it's not too pearlescent and white looking, but it's not too dark. It's kind of like a really neutral color that I feel like most complexions can get away with using it, especially if you're using it under foundation. You don't really need it to match your actual skin tone. And I really love this, and it's very inexpensive. And you can get that at the drugstore, or you can even order it from the Milani website. The next thing is my Charlotte Tilbury Corrector. This is in the shade number 1 Fair. I have been tossing and turning a lot lately at night, and I can definitely use some color correcting under my eyes. So I have been using this a lot, and I absolutely love it. I love that peachy tone, which is what you need to correct those blue tones, the purple undertones that you see in the eyes, which a lot of us have dark circles, and that's what the peach does. It color corrects those tones, and it helps sort of create a perfect canvas for your concealer. And when I use this on its own, it's beautiful. Or even under concealer, it really makes my under eye area look flawless. And a little bit goes a long way. And I think that the downside of this is the fact that the shade range in this brand for this product isn't very many. I think that there's probably 4 or 5 shades total, and I feel like maybe a few more shades would be ideal for the mass variety of complexions and tones out there. But I have the shade Fair, and I think it's the right amount of peach. It's not too dark, but it's not so light that it looks unnatural. Like, I can use this on its own with no other concealer over the top, and it's beautiful. I have the Bobbi Brown one, but I think that this one adds just a touch more brightness to the under eye, which I think is a bonus for me personally, because I can definitely use some of that extra coverage and that extra correcting under the eyes. So it's a really great one. A little bit pricey, but it's Charlotte Tilbury. It's a very luxurious brand, but a little bit goes a long way. So it's worth the investment because it's not like it's something that you're going to go through as quickly as foundation or concealers or powders. You need a little bit as a base layer before your concealer. I use it in the inner corner and the outer corner of my eye where I have some redness and discoloration, and I blend it in. I've used it with a sponge that's been dampened with water. I've used my finger or a brush, and it works just great, and it doesn't really crease on me, so I love the product. And I also really like the packaging. I think it's really beautiful, and it makes you feel kind of special when you use her products because of the luxurious formulas, and the packaging is really nice. And it's really small, so it's very compact, will fit in anybody's makeup bag. Moving on to blush products, this is a Milani palette. It's so pretty. It's got the beautiful like embossed floral imprint in the pans, which I think is so beautiful, and I wish all brands would do something really pretty like this with their products. But this is the Flowers of Love, and I think there's 2 in this range of trios. And I chose this one because I like the tones of this. They're very rosy. So you have like a soft pinky rose. You have one more of like a rosy with a bit of a terracotta undertone to it. And it doesn't lean super warm, but there is a little bit of warmth coming from that one. This one here is very light nude, almost like a highlighter. And the shimmer on it is very, very subtle. It's not going to be in your face, glow central kind of thing. If that's your thing, you're probably not going to enjoy this. But if you like softer looks, a more diffused look to your highlight and to the glow in your skin, you will really enjoy that. I think it's a great addition as a topper over these other 2 because these are matte finish, so they are more flat looking on the skin. So when you add this color here, which is softer and a bit of a sheen, it almost adds that life back into the skin, which I think is really pretty. And again, it's really affordable, not that expensive. I think you can get Milani at these palettes. I think at Walmart I've seen them, but I ordered it from the website itself. And speaking of blush, I have the Nudestix Nudies. I absolutely love their cream eyeshadow sticks. I've talked about them before. I did a video on the Hilary Duff collection, which I think is really great, and I think it's still available. But this is the all over face color in Bareback. It is your perfect everyday blush color. It's easy to use. You can apply it straight from the actual tube. You can use it with a brush, which is how I like to apply it. I use a dual fiber brush to get some of the product on there and then just go over my cheek area, and I think it really applies the perfect amount, and it's a great color that complements pretty much any eye look. So if I'm quite unsure what blush color or what direction to go with because my eyes may be a little more dramatic for the day or even a lot more subtle, I can always use this and know that it's going to look good. And it's a neutral, soft color. It's not too pink and it's not super warm either where it looks heavy on the skin. I think it just looks like it's a natural radiant flush from your actual cheeks, which I think is really nice. And I have used this quite a bit and I love the formula and it blends really well. So if you're interested in like a cream stick formula, try this out. It also comes with a applicator on the other end. It's a like a dual fiber brush. I don't personally use this, not because it's a bad product to use, but it's the fact that I think that the brush is a little too dense. So when I'm blending this cream product in, I feel like I'm not only blending the product in, but I'm also lifting the foundation that's underneath, and it's just moving everything around. So I prefer a dual fiber brush that's a little bit softer and has more flexible bristles. Okay, so I'm going to save my lip products for last. My bronzer is the e.l.f. one. These are the Primer Infused bronzer, and this is in the shade Forever Sunkissed, which is really nice. And this is a $6 product that is so great at blending. It is so easy to use, and I feel like this is the right shade. I chose the lightest one for bronzing and just for adding a little bit of color to my skin because I am so fair. I do need bronzer when I use foundation because I just look more flat looking, and so this just brings back the life into my skin, and it's not too orange. A lot of bronzers have that kind of orangey undertone, and I feel like for me personally, it's not something that I look for. I want my bronzers to have more of a neutral, and then for the summertime, I do like a little bit more warmth to them, but I feel like this one is a color that I can use year-round, and it's such a good formula. It's matte, so there's no shimmer, no sheen to it, and it just works and blends easily. I use a big fluffy powder brush to apply it, and it is a really great product to use, and it's only $6, so it's really affordable. Alright, so moving on to eyes, I'm going to quickly mention my Maybelline Gel Liner. This is what I have been using to tightline and create a very thick lash line. I use a very dense brush to apply this to my waterline and kind of smudge it in the roots of my lashes, and it makes the lash line look thicker and more full. And I also have used this as my normal liner, and it is very black and very rich, and it stays on literally all day. So I have this little metal tool, if I could find it here, that I got off of Amazon, and what I do is I kind of scoop some of this out and put it onto a makeup palette, and from there I go in with a brush to tightline. Also for eyeliner, it's very smooth and it glides on very easily, so it's something that I feel like even beginners with gel liners could use, but the formula itself is very long wearing, so you don't have to worry about it transferring, running if you have watery eyes. If you use it as liner and do it a little bit thicker, you don't have to worry about it transferring to your upper lids or your crease area, which that has happened to me before. Pencil liners with gel liners, even liquid liners have done that to me before, but this is something that I don't have to worry about that, and I can feel confident knowing that when I apply it, when I do my makeup, it's actually going to stay there and look the same when I go to take it off at night, and it is very rich. So if you're looking for a super black gel liner, check out the Maybelline one because it's a really good one. So my last two eye products is like eyeshadow. You guys know how much I love eyeshadow. It's one of my most favorite things to use because I can try different colors, different mixes every time I sit down and do my makeup, and it's not the same look every single day. So the first one is the Bobbi Brown Cream Shadow Stick in Dusty Mauve. This is one of my favorites. I bought this over like late summer, and it was my first order shipped here to the new house. And I saw this on their Instagram page a while back, and I thought this was the most perfect like everyday color. And it is so easy to apply. I used this in several videos when I first started filming back in, coming back to the channel and filming in this new setup here. This is what I was wearing, and some of you have asked me what I was wearing in those videos, and it's this. It's the prettiest mauve-y color, It is so easy to use. I kind of scribble it on from the actual applicator itself, and then I use my finger to blend it. I've even used it with a brush, and it works so well. I love doing one shadow looks because it's quick and easy, and it's really requires no effort at all. And I can do this and blend this out and put some mascara or eyeliner on and be done. I like the formula. It doesn't crease, it doesn't budge. It is a very long wear formula, and these are the long wear cream shadow sticks, so I think that Dusty Mauve is a great everyday color. It's not super purpley, it's not super pink. It's got that really nice mauve tone that I feel like is great to use on its own or as a base to other colors as well. So I think that's a really good one to try. And then the Naked Reloaded, that's what I'm using today. This palette is really awesome for just creating a multitude of different looks. I used it today to create more of like a rose gold look. That was just the vibe that I ended up going with today. But I've used this before in many videos. Urban Decay creates really great formulas. They're easy to work with, easy to blend, and you have a great range of colors. A few kind of neutrals, a little bit of warmth, and then you have like this one here that seems kind of like an oddball color. It's the retro shade. It's a matte coral color. But you'd be surprised by adding just a little bit of this into your crease, very soft and diffused with a fluffy crease brush. It just adds something special to the look, and I feel like it's nice. It's not a color that I use often in this palette, but it is there, and I think that it's a great addition to certain looks, and it's a very summery tone, but today I used Reputation, which is more of that rose gold, and it's beautiful. The lighting is changing. It was dark and gloomy, sun's not coming out, so I had to lower the blinds, so that's why there's going to be a variance in the lighting in the video. But going back to the Reloaded, this was a palette that came out maybe a year ago or so. It's not necessarily a replacement for the original Naked palette. That Naked palette came out when I used to work for Ulta many, many years ago, and that was such a great palette, and it's really sad that they discontinued it. This in no shape, form, or fashion replaces that because the color story is a little bit different with this Reloaded. They have some unexpected colors in here, like that coral that I was talking about earlier, but overall you have kind of a similar vibe to more everyday kind of colors. Alright, so my last few products are lip products. I'm wearing two of them today. The first one is the Maybelline lip liner in Nude Whisper. I have been using this every time I sit down to do my makeup and do my lip products for the day. This is like an everyday, my lips but better kind of color. I'm able to line my lips and fill them in. I can overline and no one's going to notice because the shade of it matches my natural lip color perfectly. And it's such a great creamy lip liner that actually is pretty comfortable to wear on its own, which I do sometimes if I'm wanting a more matte look, because certain matte lipsticks or liquid lipstick formulas can be very drying. When you're wearing them, they can also dry out your lips after you wear the product and remove it. So sometimes if I want a matte look, I will just line and fill with a lip liner because they are almost always going to have a matte finish. So it's a nice little trick if you're wanting to do a matte lip, but you don't want to do the matte formulas in lipsticks or liquid lipsticks for the same reasons, dry, shriveled lips, or the way they fade throughout the day. It's a very uneven fading with those. Try the lip liner filling your lips in after lining them and see what you think. But that's what I do with this. I did a little bit of that today with my Bobbi Brown lipstick over the top. So the next one is the Milani Keep It Full Gloss. This is in the champagne color. It's a plumping gloss, but it has a peppermint feel to it. It doesn't sting, it doesn't burn, and I really don't see my lips kind of getting bigger like most lip plumpers do. I've had some that have burned my lips really badly and feel very, very uncomfortable and almost painful, so I don't really ever purchase any lip plumping products for that reason. I was hesitant with this one, but it's not like that. It's just like a mint feel and kind of tingle. It's very, very subtle, and I do enjoy it. I like the nude color. I have it in two different shades. I have the champagne and then prismatic peach. Prismatic peach is a beautiful peach color with some shimmer, but it is very sheer, so you can still see your natural lip color. So it's more of one that I would wear over a lip liner or lipstick. But this one in champagne has a bit of that milky nudie color where I can use it on its own, and it just is such a really great formula, and I really recommend them. And I've talked about these in previous videos, and some of you have purchased some of the Milani products based off of my recommendations and have given me feedback that you've enjoyed my recommendations, so thank you for trying it. But these are really great, so if you're looking for a gloss that's affordable, that actually has some pigment to it that's nude, check out the Champagne because it is one of my favorites. And that is it. That wraps up all of my favorites. I'll have everything listed down for you in the description box so you can screenshot the list so that when you go shopping, you have the list there for you if you're interested in anything that I use. So if you try any of these products, let me know what your thoughts are. Share your favorites in the comments down below. I love hearing from you guys. And I appreciate you so much for tuning in, for watching my videos. Don't forget to subscribe for new videos. I'm posting now 2 videos a week. And you can follow me on social media. I have Instagram. I usually have it pop up on the screen. So if you're interested, you can follow me there. And I hope to see you in my next video. Take care.